Hi everyone, welcome to this Fluido video. Today we are going to talk about Smart CRM, which is a video series that we are doing on several different aspects related to Salesforce. And I have a special guest with me today, which is Juha Teljo from Salesforce, and I know this Smart CRM topic is close to your heart. So what is Smart CRM for you?
Very much, yeah. Thanks, Antti. So the reality is that CRM has become such an important business imperative for any company these days, right? So it really breaks my heart sometimes when you hear people talking about CRM as just a place where we hold the customer record, or even in a worst case, it could be just a place where we enter data for management to get their reporting, right? Yeah. Where the reality is that companies are going such massive transformations and business changes today. For example, going from regular business models into, subscription models, things like that. And CRM is exactly the place where they should be getting all the help and aid that they need in this transformation. Mm-hmm. Therefore, the CRM systems must be smarter as such. Mm-hmm. And this is kind of where the whole concept of smart CRM comes from, and where it happens is that we're really trying to think that what are the ways where the user who's actually getting the value and benefit from the system, who's supposed to drive the value and benefit for the company, how are they able to get a smarter experience, more intelligent experience that genuinely helps them go through that massive change.
Can you give some examples of that? If we look at Salesforce today and Smart CRM, what are some of the examples that Smart CRM from an end user perspective?
Absolutely. Let's start with a very simple one. When I talked a bit about like to talk about intelligent experience, basically. Yeah. When you think about salespeople, for example, just using that as a classical CRM example, when they do their everyday work, which typically happens through CRM, they very often have to leave their environment several times a day, for example, to go to another place, maybe a BI system, to get reports or dashboards or some kinds of insights about their customers that would help them make better decisions on how they interact with them. Mm-hmm. Well, why couldn't the CRM experience be more intelligence? Why couldn't the CRM experience have the insights embedded in context into the same experience where they spend their time anyway? So the CRM system could guide them as they look at their accounts, as they look at their opportunities, etc., etc. Same thing goes for customer service, and on and on and on. There's countless of these examples. The other option might be that what's also sometimes frustrating to see that how much work, for example, marketing does in companies to provide content, templates, set up events, do invitations to them and things like that, and how sales is very often not able to utilize that. Mm-hmm. So what if that marketing environment would be integral part of your CRM experience as well? So not only know where your customers have been, how have they responded to our messages, but you could also yourself as a salesperson use the same material they generate and just start, for example, engaging with your customers by inviting them to events, etc., based on all that work that marketing's already done and all the material that is out there. Mm-hmm. So there's plenty of ways you can make the CRM experience so much more intelligent, so much smarter for the user, that would really drive a significant change on the way company works.
So it's not just about driving productivity or giving more insight, but also making us work smarter together in a way that you can actually utilize and remove manual tasks and do the right things at the right time.
Exactly. I think at the end of the day, when you work smarter, productivity kind of comes as an outcome all the time, right? Yeah. But in many ways, there's so much more you can do than just basically just that. I mean, one example you just mentioned there, what if we'd be able to get more of the company to work with us around specific tasks about an account, for example. Very often I might be needing help from people that are really quite far from sales, for example, or customer service, for example. So they could be things like our, product development, for example, things like that. How can you get those people to collaborate within the same content, store everything they do within the CRM system, create like generally, not generally, but let's say create like this really, really, really 360 view that we've been talking about all these decades, and really make it operational for all the people in the organization. So there's so many aspects to this one that we could really do. But I think the main thing here is that when you think about it from the user perspective, what is it that makes the experience smarter for the user?
Yeah.
Right? Because that always reflects down to how we treat our customer.
Yeah. how do you see this evolving now going forward? Where are the kind of big areas where Salesforce is investing and where we see a lot, where we are going to see a lot of development going forward?
Yeah, first of all, I think of course what you already seen is that instead of just referring to this as CRM, we'd like to talk about customer success platforms.
Yeah.
Because basically everything that happens in that crucial relationship we have with customers sort of starts becoming our issue and is our issue. But of course the obvious ones where you're going to be seeing a lot of investment and also already seen a lot of investment is things like AI, for example. How we're going to use artificial intelligence to drive smarter engagement at all levels. But also we're trying to make sure that all these important processes like lead to cash, for example, could be something you could genuinely drive within your CRM system, that you wouldn't have to leave those things. You've seen us do an acquisition a couple of years ago with a company called Quip, for example, that provides this collaborative experience that is now fully integrated into CRM. So we'll be investing in all of these areas. Again, I've already mentioned marketing before. So how do you get business-to-business marketing as part of a regular life for all the people that engage with customers? All those things are areas where we actually keep on investing a lot. And of course, looking at new ways how we can make it smarter. So anything that is bringing significant value for the customer and changing the way they'll be able to engage with their clients smarter is something that is definitely worth for us looking at.
And in this video series, we'll be looking at all of these different areas that are there today. So next up, we'll talk about intelligent pricing. We'll focus on marketing and some other topics. And the idea is that this will be a video series talking to Juha and the members of his team to discuss how we can make a CRM smarter. So stay tuned for more episodes.